to Saturday Night Vibe, the Progressive News Show with Let's BS3. I am your host, Marlon, along with Anna Hart, along with this. And as you can see from the title, it is an Almighty A-hole story. And it's funny that I was putting together a whole bunch of stories, and then I came across one story that expanded a lot. So I decided just to go ahead and just have that one story instead of a whole bunch of stories. There's 4 videos that I broke down, so we can concentrate on this one situation.
We have updates.
We have updates, and ooh lordy,
And
ooh lordy, 4 videos, and ooh boy. Anyway, how's everything going, Anna?
It's going all right. I just recently got back on medication for my thyroid, so it's been a little rough adjusting to this med. It's the one that I was taking a while ago. I got off it because it was making me brain foggy. It was making me achy, and it's because the pill has all these fillers. Medication has ridiculous ingredients in it, like talcum powder, for example, sugar, for another example, just to make up the pill. And my body didn't react well to it. I was doing great with this capsule with no fillers for about a year. I don't know if it's coincidence, but a little bit into January, no longer Medicaid said, we're not going to pay for this medicine. And so I'm back on what I am having a little trouble with. So it's like, yay to be back on thyroid medication, but with some caveats. Other than that, I'm okay.
Okay, Theus.
Well, I'm glad you got your medication back, because I hate that it's the one that wasn't the best fit for you, though.
Thank you.
But I know it was scary losing access, altogether. Yeah, today was pretty good. Hung out with my mom all day. Thank you to everybody who was able to contribute to the money for the church. So we were able to, go from her only having, less than $100 to try to stock the food pantry, to us bringing in an additional 200. So really did, a great job. Thank you, everybody that was able to help with that. So that was good.
That's awesome.
That's good. That's good. You sent the picture. I was so happy. That was really nice.
Yeah. It's just, it's funny, like the picture I showed you, because I thought about it after I sent it. It was like, we used to do a little over $200 through Complex Mind, Simple Man for, stock the clinic. And it would basically fill my trunk. But when you go to buy groceries, it looked real thin. But on the bright side, if you really look at it, like zoom in on the picture, but it's like, it's a lot. It's a lot, because we were able to go shopping at Costco. So even though it looks like only a few cases, it's big cases. So, I think it's really going to be pretty helpful.
Let's see what we got here. Parker's out there. I want to say appreciate the news videos from Marlon throughout the week.
He's on a roll this week.
And probably gonna be on the roll next week. I really enjoy doing it. But let me say this real quick. I didn't have a Friday show. I didn't have a Friday show because I have to apparently reinvent the reinvention of myself. And Susan, just in case anybody want to know who's the catalyst of it all, Susan was the final catalyst, but she wasn't the only catalyst.
Okay.
I've gotten several people who have said, thank you for the news videos, But what you think about them? And it humbled me so much that people want to know what I think about the videos that I put up on Friday, because all I wanted to do was just show news. And I've had several people who's like, and Susan went into a whole paragraph, like, just show the video, but then just say a few words at the end of each video. You don't have to go into a big deal about it, but just say a few things. And it was so humbling to me to think, wow, y'all actually give a rat's butt what I think about this story.
That's because the news comes with like a horrible slant in it anyway. Yeah. So we're looking for, how do you interpret this, right? Because we've learned to appreciate your perspective on things, bro.
So next Friday, you'll see me.
Cool.
Anyway, without further ado, let's get this party started. If you haven't already, please hit that like button. I would truly appreciate it at this time. Let everybody know that we are live. So let's go ahead and get into the story. Peanut butter.
My brother and his wife, Laura, who is 7 months pregnant, are staying with us for a week or so since he's interviewing for jobs in the city my family and I are in. My kids love having their aunt and uncle around, and everything's been great. Yesterday, Laura went out and came back with groceries. I thanked her, but told her we don't expect them to do this. The kitchen is stocked, and that we're just enjoying having them. She said she wanted to, and that most were cravings she's been having. I started to help her unload the bags and noticed that a lot are snacks with peanuts, cookies, crackers, peanut butter, even some sort of cake fusion. It all made me uneasy because she knows my oldest son, 8 male, is extremely allergic. Okay.
This kind of information would have been helpful in the title, OP.
I don't keep anything of the kind in our home because we've had an incident when he was younger where we almost lost him. I didn't want to be rude, but I told her that I'm not comfortable with having that stuff in the house. She told me that she would be careful, that she wouldn't eat it around him or his siblings, that she'd clean up after herself, that she was having intense cravings and needed them. Look, I've had 4 kids and kind of get where she's coming from, although I never had to have something, but every woman is different. I made sure my son knew not to touch any of it and to leave her alone when she's eating them. That was that. Today, I woke up early to make breakfast and opened the fridge only to be greeted by strawberries dipped in peanut butter left out without a container to chill. The peanut butter jar wasn't sealed properly next to them, and there were sandwiches on a plate because she likes the bread cold and soggy. I was pissed. I've read enough about airborne contamination to know that you can't really determine it, but I wasn't risking it. I grabbed a bag and started throwing everything in it. Our groceries, hers, I didn't care. I was going to take the bag, drive to a shelter, and let them know the situation. Laura woke up while I was on my rampage, came down and asked all upset what I was doing. I was snippy with her and didn't try to hide it. We got in an argument with her defensively saying that I can't do this, that the baby needs it, and that it's cruel to put a pregnant woman through unsatisfied cravings. I told her bluntly that I don't give a single if she can't keep to her word, then I won't either. And that she'll live without her craving. My son can't say the same with his allergy. She went back upstairs, packed her bag, and came back down, grabbed a bag of food, and left in a huff. My brother was at his interview and called me half an hour later to ask me what happened. He was upset with his wife, but also with me because nothing happened, and at the end of the day, my son is fine. I told my husband when he came back from work, and he's completely on my side, am I the astronaut?
This is a real question. All right. So, this be good. We're not going to go there. All right, look. I think socially we have played way too far into this whole she's got cravings thing. I am not minimizing the experience of being pregnant. And I actually think you should cater to a woman who is pregnant just because it's hard on her. Okay. But cravings is not a medical situation.
No.
If she wants peanut butter that bad, and she knows that her nephew is violently allergic, then she can take her happy behind on the back porch and eat it, or she can go to the park and eat it, and then come home and brush her teeth and continue with her happy day. I feel nothing for her, because it's not just I want ice cream and you won't let me have ice cream. You know, even if that was the case, I don't care, right? Because really, I don't take cravings that seriously. Because we all have cravings. We all do. It's usually a reflection of some kind of deficit in our body, and then it just triggers and we try to fill it in some way. Like people who chew chalk and stuff like that, right? There's a deficit. Your brain is processing it, and it makes you say, go chew chalk. But really, you have a calcium deficiency, right?
Mm.
But you got a kid in the house who's allergic. The only thing I can assume is that this lady is one, feeding into the mythos of when you're pregnant, you just have to cater to her whims. I don't agree with that.
No.
And two, that there's a comprehension gap. Because if a person doesn't have a real understanding of allergies, they tend to trivialize them. So, okay, fine, I won't share my peanut food with your son. And if you don't understand allergies, you think you have done all you need to do. Like the parents who don't understand peanut allergies, and they be like, well, fine, I'll just tell my son if he's going to have his peanut butter bar to not share with the other students. Not understanding that it's the vapors and the residue that can still trigger a person who has this, right? So it could be a comprehension gap where instead of blowing up on this person, did you ever actually explain how this allergy works? Because it's part of your life. It's not part of her life. So she doesn't understand it the same level that you do. Like if you're diabetic, you understand blood sugar a lot different than somebody who has a family member that's diabetic.
Right.
But that's my thought.
Emma?
I agree with Theus here 100%. It's, the child already had an issue, and so they know just how violent the attacks go. And you should never, ever place a parent anywhere close to that. And yeah, I did kind of think, why don't you just keep the stuff out in the car? Your car. You seem to have your own transportation. Cool. You're craving it that bad? You'll go to your car. Now, I mean, that does still leave room for when the person comes back in. But it's just, there was no respect set up. And yeah, I do agree, have you explained that this is not just, oh, if he eats a peanut. Yeah, and do you realize how many things are made or touches peanuts while they're being made or processed, or we have a crazy food system.
And it's not just peanuts.
I mean, not to sound too much like JFK
Whole
Jr.
class,
or RFK Jr.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, RFK. Yeah. Well.
Yeah, sorry.
That guy.
Yeah. It's. They have to be really careful, and slipping up can cost that child his life. That's not worth it. It's not worth it.
LOL, that went from I'll be careful to the next day I woke up with strawberries covered in peanut butter sitting on the counter real quick. Yeah.
Well, to be fair, they were in the refrigerator on the top shelf. So, you know, he should just know not to touch them, even though they're touching the rest of his food that he has to eat, even if he doesn't.
Like what you were saying, though, Theas, if it's an airborne,
yeah,
as soon as he opened that refrigerator, as soon as he opens the refrigerator,
he gonna get hit.
He gonna get hit.
That's why his mom threw all the stuff out.
I would kick her and the peanut butter out.
But she pregnant, Tracy. She pregnant.
Look at who's here. Hello, Susan.
Hey, Susan.
Susan, hey, I'm laid out online bookstores. Yeah, that's another thing that I need to start getting into. Find me some books to read instead of look at YouTube videos or find me. They have YouTube videos where they read books out to you, but we'll see.
I got to get back to reading too, bro. My problem is I'm severely nearsighted, like severely. So I have to hold the book so close to my face that light can't hardly get to it. So I get sleepy and pass out. It's bad.
Better than me. I put my glasses on to see far, and then I got to take my glasses off to see close. So
wow.
I look real strange when I'm sitting there walking around all day with my glasses on, and then when I pick up a book, time to take the glasses off. It's like,
yeah, I have to. So I have two choices: take my contacts out, right, so I can read the book, but then the book's too close to my face, and I get sleepy. And I know I'm sleepy because the book slaps me in the face, and I realize, oh, I fell asleep. And then my other option is keep the contacts in, put the reading glasses on. But then I'd get like distracted because something about reading glasses and how they, you know, it's a no-win.
Oh, poor baby.
I need to learn how to. I gotta learn. Plus, my attention span. Ever since I stopped reading, my attention span has dropped dramatically.
Let's go ahead and get into the second story. It's a real short one, so it's just a small update.
Here's the mini update. Like some people had predicted in the comments on the other sub, Laura did go straight to my family and started complaining. She hadn't twisted anything, told them the full honest story, and my mother was livid. She called me panting like she ran a marathon after she berated Laura to make sure my son is okay. So I can only imagine the riot act she read her. Apparently, even my stepdad gave Laura one of his disapproving frowns. He must save those for special occasions. My brother came back in the evening to get his stuff since Laura had only packed hers for some reason. He did apologize for what she did, said that he'll have a chat with her once she's calmed down. She's been inconsolable. He told me that she's been crying since she left my mom's house and that now she feels unwelcomed and unloved in our family, and he blames me for it. The F? My husband butted in and told him that it's enough, that whatever she's feeling doesn't cover half of what we felt, and that she needs to get over herself, that I've been scrubbing the house from top to bottom for hours because of her actions. I did get panicky and went on a deep clean the whole house, especially the kitchen. But anyway, my brother left and said that there's no leveling with us when we're being this stubborn.
All I did was almost kill your child. I mean, really? He's okay. Why are you still mad at me? He's fine.
I always hated that argument when people go, but nothing happened.
But nothing happened.
Oh, so we have to wait until it happened before I get upset? Is that what you're saying? I have to wait until a tragedy happened before I can get upset about it. Instead of being
most
upset,
people function.
Instead of being upset at you for, at the very least, making my child violently ill.
But that's how everything works. And like, remember, think back on COVID. And I knew this when we were going through it. People say, and this is the same logic people who are anti-vax use. Okay. So you made us all get vaccinated. I didn't even get COVID. So because I didn't get COVID, no one needed to be vaccinated. That's the logic they use. Or you tell me that we all had to get vaccinated because there are a few people who couldn't be vaccinated So we could end up getting them sick. That's a hypothetical in their mind. So so it's literally, there's no solution to people who think like that, because you made us all get vaccinated. There's no way to prove that the vaccinations actually helped reduce the herd from getting sick, because people still got sick. So you can't say that. And then I got COVID and never got vaccinated, and I'm okay. So you can't tell me that it was deadly. Or I never even got COVID and I wasn't vaccinated. Therefore, there was no need for the vaccination. However, had that person got COVID, was not vaccinated, and died, then they would have a complaint, but too late, they're dead. Or they got vaccinated, and 1 in 300 million people got a heart issue from it. So therefore, all the vaccines are bad. Like, is no answer to this riddle. There's just not.
You missed one. You did miss one.
Out of all that, I missed one.
Mm-hmm. I got the vaccination and I still got COVID.
Oh, yeah. Even though no one said that the vaccine would keep you from getting it, it just meant that your body would be better prepared to fight it.
Right. Right. You won't be in the hospital. Dingus. Reading an actual book is hard sometimes when you haven't done it in a long time. It's going to be hard for me. I'm just letting you know now. Girl, shut up. You know the child had peanut allergy.
But it wasn't peanuts. It was walnuts.
And it was so fast.
You didn't tell me I couldn't have walnuts.
Remember what I said? You know you wrong when you have to go to other people and tell a fabricated story about the events that just happened. You know you in the wrong. This woman, I think she was wrong. No, she was.
That had to suck for her. Like, okay, I dealt with my sister-in-law, and she says I'm wrong. But you know what? She's just hypersensitive because it's her son. So then I'm going to go to my mother-in-law, and then she tells me I'm wrong. Oh, no, she's just hypersensitive because that's her granddaughter. So then I'm going to go to my grandfather, and he says I'm wrong. I mean, to my father-in-law, and he says I'm wrong. Oh, he's just doing what his wife says. So now, instead of saying, wait a minute, all the people whose judgment I rely on every other day of the week, instead of saying, wow, they're all saying the same thing, maybe the problem's me, you instead go to, they all hate me.
Oh, they don't want me to be part of the family.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's just an excuse. Yeah. It's the always been the mentality of countries where please do not change my norm. You can't, please do not change my norm. If you change my norm, I'm going to act a fool.
It's the essence, and not to make it political, but it is the essence of conservatism. It's also the essence of age, right? Conservatism says the best we've ever had, we're already there.
Hey, Afro-Sing.
Hello. Yeah, the best we've ever had, we're already there, or we have left it behind. And age makes you oftentimes more conservative because you're anchored in the past. So all of a sudden, it's this generation blank, you know, stuff like that. So
I still read books made from paper sometimes.
I do too, Afro, except I never finish them.
Paperback books?
Yeah, no, it's just a real book.
Not
I like the smell and the feel of a book.
Not the tablet.
Yeah, I can't read a book on no tablet. You know, I literally get more exhausted trying to read on a screen than I do in a book.
Yeah.
because I start skipping around. Like I'm looking at the line on the screen, and I'll be start on line 1, and for some reason I'm reading line 5. Like I just.
I tried it one time before, and I'm gonna tell you the truth. I couldn't keep up with it. Like I don't know what it's the same thing. It's sentences.
Not the same. It's not the same.
It is. It's sentences all the way across the page. In a book, I can do that. When I use a tablet, it's like I lost my place again. Where am I?
Yes, thank you. If I'm on a tablet, I'd rather be watching cartoons. Okay, I might have said too much.
Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and get into the third video. It's kind of long, so just give you a heads up, everyone. It's 4 minutes long, which I know that's funny, 4 minutes, but it is 4 minutes long. So let's go ahead and get into the third video.
And here is an actual update. We'll go ahead and fly right into it. A lot of people asked me to post an update, so here it is. Warning, this is a long one, and if I wasn't the asshole before, I sure am now. Well, at least she owns it. So after my mom berated Laura and my brother yelled at my husband and I took the advice I was given and sent them a long text, which ended up being a bit of a ramble about everything, how the situation is, how we're disgusted by their stance, and how we'll be going low contact until we feel ready to be around them again. That was the other day after my brother packed his bags and left. I was left on red, and I thought that was that until a few days ago when I got a call from Laura. I thought about not answering, but the curiosity got the better of me. When I picked up, Laura tried to make awkward small talk, but I think she sensed I wasn't in the mood and got right to it. She apologized about her behavior and said she had no excuse other than her hormones, and we ended up having a long chat about everything. By the end of it, I actually felt better and like we could get past it and work on our relationship. She also mentioned that she would still like for my family and I to come to her birthday party. It wasn't going to happen in a restaurant anymore. I guess the hotel stay ended up costing them a lot, as some of you predicted, and that it was going to be at their house instead. I told her that I'll talk to my husband and get back to her. I also got a text from my brother apologizing and saying he was just trying to protect and stand by his wife. It was too soon to start mending things, as my husband pointed out, but he left the choice up to me, and I honestly believed her apology because she has never acted like that before and seemed actually ashamed of herself. Anyway, my sister, who was also apologized to because she also tore her a new one, and parents, who also got an apology, were also invited, but my sister's kids wanted a cousin sleepover instead of going with us. So after talking it over with my sister, we agreed for them to have one at my house. Wait, what? Oh, the sleepover. Not the party, right? My babysitters of a year are my next door neighbors. They're sweet and responsible 16-year-old twins who live with their single mom. They usually team up and tackle my kids on date nights. There's a reason I'm mentioning this. When my sisters added 2 kids to the mix, I asked their mom if she was free to join their duo, and she agreed. Okay, so you've got 2 teens plus an adult there. Cool. So I called Laura and told her that Richard and I are coming. When we got to their house, Laura greeted my husband and I at the door. We handed her the gift and went in, but she seemed puzzled that we didn't have a trail of kids with us. So I remembered to tell her that it's just us adults. Same thing happened when my sister and her husband walked in. Dinner was awkward. No matter how we tried to lighten up the mood and the conversation, it was stilted at best, but I thought it was at least a step forward. Laura asked this time about why the kids were not with us, that she had made special food for them. Oh no. I never mentioned the kids when I got back to her, just my husband and I, but I felt like it was my fault that I didn't clarify, and so I apologized for it and thanked her for thinking of them. My sister chimed in that her kids and mine were having a cousin sleepover tonight and how she was excited about our soon-to-be nephew to join them when he's here and older. Laura looked at her with a smile and said, yeah, I'm sure he'll be best friends with his cousins, as in my kids, and his step-cousins, as in my sisters. This pissed me off because we don't use step anything with the kids, but I bit my tongue. For context, my sister is technically my stepsister. I know I used stepdad in my first post. I usually call him by his first name. I consider him a parental figure since he raised me since I was 10, but I had a dad, and the title will always be his. My sister gave her a hurt look, but it was my brother who nudged his wife with a "what are you doing?" look. A few minutes went by again with eating and light convo before Laura asked again about our kids, mainly who was watching them since all 4 parents are here. I told her that my neighbor and her daughters are babysitting, to which she laughed at and joked about how incompetent the girls and their mom must be to need all 3 of them to wrangle the kids. Also, for context, I have 4 kids. I'm biased and like to think they're well behaved, but they're sometimes too much for one person to handle, even me. And I'm the one that brought them into this world. And my sister's 2 kids, it's a lot for 2 teenage girls to handle, even for just a few hours. We left at 7 and said we'd be back by 11. It has absolutely nothing to do with the girls whom my kids adore or their mom, who is as kind as they come. Before I could retort anything, my mom stepped in with one of her smiles and told Laura that it's so kind of her to offer her own competence and watch the kids next time. That shut her up real fast.
I really ain't got nothing. Y'all go ahead with this.
First things first, when y'all talk on our behind the scenes and you say what you said on there, because I couldn't listen to like half of the video. Over there asking if unicorns are horses with bone spurs. So I hope I didn't miss anything important.
I legit forgot I asked the question.
I forgot too. I literally forgot. I literally forgot that, and I forgot I answered. Sorry.
I was gonna go with a cancerous growth, but we don't know. It could be another.
Okay.
So I was gonna go with just a bone spur.
All right, everybody. Again, if you are new to the show and if you haven't already, please hit that like button. I would truly appreciate it. Let everybody know that we are live right now. I would truly appreciate it. Without further ado, let's get into the final story.
After that, dinner was even more awkward until we cleared the table and Laura brought out dessert while my brother got the cake from the fridge. Here's where I lost the last of my remaining brain cells. I went to the bathroom, and when I came out, I saw my husband carrying my bag and trying to usher me out of the front door to leave. He looked pissed, and I was beyond confused and obviously resisted because, yes, the dinner is a train wreck, but let me at least say goodbye and give the lame excuse for our departure. When my husband tried to literally carry me out, I knew something was wrong, and after a couple of tries, I darted past him to the dining room. Laura's now ready dessert table consisted of peanut butter cake pops, peanut butter pie, peanut butter cookies, peanut butter brownies, and to top it all off, a peanut butter birthday cake that my brother brought in and was sniffing at with a horrified look. Laura then gave me a big smile and said loudly to my family, I thought I should at least get to have my cravings on my birthday. Get your fill in before she throws these out too. OMG. I honestly thought that for a second my sister was going to tackle her, and I wasn't that far behind her because all I could think about was the fact that she thought my kids were coming and she planned this accordingly. I felt so guilty for allowing the stuff in our house the last time, and if my sister's kids hadn't wanted the sleepover, I was going to walk my son into danger a second time. I lost my shit. Without thinking about my actions, I grabbed Laura's head, forced her to walk towards my brother, who was, I think, too shocked to react, and slammed her head straight into the cake. I held it down as long as I could while she flailed and told her I hope she chokes on her cravings before I let her go. Holy shit. The fact that she's preggers is the only thing that makes that not cool. I honestly wanted to go for the pie too, but I had embarrassed myself enough by acting like that in the first place, so I told my brother that I'm done with both of them and his wife, and if they try to contact me or my family again, I'm filing for a protective order. Then I let my husband lead me out. My sister was cackling as she followed us with her husband, but our parents stayed back. I heard Laura screaming profanities after us, but my stepdad raised his voice, which shut her up. I got a lot of jokes about his frown on my first post, but the man is as stoic as they come. Him showing any emotion is a big deal. I remember that his frown alone growing up was enough to literally stop my sister and I in our tracks because we knew if he gave us one that we messed up. I haven't asked my mom what happened after we left because I can't handle any more heartache from my brother or his actions. I don't think this was the update anyone wanted, least of all me, but I'm completely done with the both of them. Even though my brother looked like he had no idea the stuff was in his house, happening under his damn roof. I'm sorry I won't be in my nephew's life and my kids won't get to know their new cousin they've been waiting for, but I'd rather cry over that than of my son's life. I don't expect anyone to be kind in the comments. I'm 32. I shouldn't have been so naive. And I know I shouldn't have reacted like that. And I'm going to be dealing with that with my therapist, along with the guilt I'm feeling. But please take it easy on me. I'm still shaken up. I'm also looking into family therapy for my kids so they can better process not having their uncle and aunt around after them having been a close presence in their lives.
Okay. The still no. Don't do it. Okay.
Damn.
Okay. This just became a real Anas story.
I was gonna say it became a Maury Povich kind of a.
Yeah. This turned the corner. To where I don't believe that it's real anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's real, we pressing charges. You talking about you gonna file a protective order. Ma'am, you just assaulted a pregnant woman in her own house. If anybody going to jail, it's you. Because you attacked this woman in her own house over a clear provocation.
Yeah.
But your kids were not present. Therefore, no one was in danger.
Mm.
So I understand the anger. I understand wanting to put your hands on her. But you gonna lose this one. you gonna lose this one, you know. But yeah. But that's a whole level of like, it's not even childish, it's like sociopathic, right? Like you are so offended that the family didn't agree with you being insensitive at the least to the family dynamic that you were being hosted by, that you then decided to have a full Beetlejuice type dinner where you just go complete bananas. There's something wrong with her. And that you can't blame that on the pregnancy. You can't blame that one on the pregnancy. Something wrong with her.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, still though, the moment you put your hands on that woman in her own house, when you could have left, yeah, I'm pressing charges. I don't care if we related. I'm pressing charges. We're not gonna play this game. No. Because now it's on site. You know what I'm saying? Now it's on site. Next time I see you, I got to come for you. Because you buried my head in some cake in my house. You embarrassed me on a level that, no, it's on site. When I see you, ain't gonna be no cake coming at you. All right, so now it's just so unnecessary. That's my thoughts.
I agree with you. I really do. OP, you did go too far with this. In being pregnant or even not being pregnant, whatever, you don't put your hands on another person, especially in anger. Because when you do, you're not thinking straight. So, yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't condone it, but I understand it. I understand it to this extent. This woman has a real big issue, and I'm gonna tell you why I think she is. And after she tried to suffocate a pregnant woman. Whether she was pregnant or not, you tried to suffocate a woman.
No, she didn't.
Yeah,
she just held her face in there for a minute. Now she had shoved her face in the punch bowl and held it there.
Yeah,
that's suffocation. But she was just like, it was violent. It was violent. It was assault. It was assault. Okay, it was, but you weren't gonna die. Just turn your head to the side. You breathe around the icing.
But here's the deal, and I'm gonna go back into story 3 to show you how this woman there's something wrong with this woman. At least to me, she already had this plan set up that she was going to peanut butter, everything set up for her party. But she's psychopathic enough that she now has to play nicey with OP over the phone. Oh, I'm blaming the hormones. Oh, let's have small talk. Oh, I'll stay on the phone with you as long as you want to, and we'll talk. Anything she can do to get OP and most importantly, the kids to the party. So, yeah, I'm sister-in-law's husband. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Somebody who actually goes out of their way to put this elaborate scheme together
to poison your nephew.
To poison your nephew. I don't know, bro. I'm saying. But that's my thought. Go ahead.
She may not be the one.
Yeah.
It is. This story has gone so far beyond what I would do. It's really hard for me to come up with something here. There was something about the way she had said she made food that was specifically for the kids in the third story that immediately got me going, uh-oh. And then this is where I say, yeah, you break up completely. Go no contact. This person will hurt your child. And I wish you didn't push your face in a cake because that puts you in danger and you need to be there for your kids. That's about it.
Yeah, it's wild, because like I'm all for laying hands. I'm just saying y'all about to go through some things, because if she's vindictive enough to try to poison your children, please believe y'all just escalated to a whole new level. It's yeah. But yeah.
Now I will say this is there is a part of me that's slid to real or nah, or part of it's either sliding to real or nah, or sliding to the husband is in on it.
I don't think the husband's in on it, but it definitely feels like real or nah.
But let me explain why I say that. Peanut butter pie, peanut butter cake, peanut butter pops, it was like what Parker said. It was like 5 cents peanut butter something. Bro, you been in the house and you ain't smelled peanut butter. Like every dessert was peanut butter based. You ain't smelled the cookies. You ain't smelled the peanut butter cookies. You ain't smelled the peanut butter pie. You ain't smelled the peanut butter cake, even though you just made this look when you walked by with something, right? Like, bruh, a lot of that stuff was baked. A lot of that stuff, the smells get in the air.
You're assuming she cooked it, and you're assuming that he's present. But I do agree with you, because when she set the stuff out, when she set that stuff out, then he had to smell it. Yeah.
And the husband, OP's husband, you know your wife very, very well.
You're like, baby, let's go. They go.
We gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta get out of here.
Don't look. Don't ask. Just go.
Try to carry you out. So yeah.
But she just wanted to be offended.
Peanut butter brownies sound really good. Not gonna lie.
I'm sorry. Ain't nothing about peanut butter that ever sound good to me.
It isn't. I'm gonna tell you now, and I know for a fact because we used to have them when I was in elementary school. They used to have peanut butter brownies and
I make peanut butter fudge really well.
I'm not a big fan of peanut butter. I'm just not. Except for Reese's peanut butter cups. Like, put them in the fridge and then I'll eat them. But that's as far as we go. I remember as a kid being, what do you call it, traumatized by Reese's peanut butter cup. Reese's Pieces. Because I didn't know what a Reese's Pieces was. So I thought these were M&Ms. If your mouth is set for a chocolate M&M and you end up with a mouthful of peanut butter, that was traumatizing.
I can see that.
I'm not a big peanut butter person. I can take it or leave it, but to be honest with you guys, can't even tell you the last time I had peanut butter. I really can't. I go to the grocery store plenty of times to shop. I have yet to say, ooh, I gotta make sure we have peanut butter. I've yet to do that. It's like
I was a victim of a nostalgic moment a couple years ago where I just swore that I remembered really enjoying apple jelly for my peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I just swore that that's what I liked. And I went and bought some apple jelly and I bought some peanut butter. And that was the most disgusting experience. That was nasty.
That sounds bad.
It was bad. I learned that day I don't like jelly. I have gotten to the point that I am a little bit too refined, too bougie. I like preserves and jam. I don't want no jelly. You gotta come. We gotta climb it. I'm up here now. Once you have preserves, you don't want no jelly.
True.
I never really like this, but some people put it on bananas or other fruit. Yeah, we just had a story about she covered her strawberries in peanut butter.
Yeah, that was strange to me.
That was strange. The banana things is actually an African snack, I guess you can say.
Yeah. I ain't know that. I remember what is it? Ants on the Log, where they give you that piece of celery and put peanut butter on it and some raisins. Now that I look back, I'm like, who came up with that monstrosity of a snack?
What is it?
It's a piece of celery and you put peanut butter on it. And then you put a couple raisins on it. The other version is instead of peanut butter, you use Cheese Whiz.
Oh!
Both of these are just wrong. I might ride with you. You know what? For me, where it goes wrong is the raisin. Like the raisin has no place on either of those snack items. But
I like peanut butter if it's without salt, and you have to stir the peanut oil back in there every time you open a jar.
Yeah, the oil rises.
They still have that though?
Yeah.
Of course. In more natural peanut butters, yeah.
The oil always rises.
Oh, I don't know why I'm thinking peanuts.
And I used to like, was it chunky peanut butter? I used to like that. Yeah. But once all that stuff dates back to me being a kid. Grown me, I ain't touching it.
And when it comes to raisins, the only thing that raisins go on top of is other raisins. I'm not putting raisins on anything.
Raisins belong in trail mix or by themselves. That's where they belong. And I I don't like them anyway. The texture and the taste of them, I don't like them. But I used to. I used to sit down. You know, like you can get the little snack packs, right? I used to sit down and eat those when I was a kid.
I've never been that crazy about raisins. I gave up raisins when I was a kid. Chocolate covered raisins, nope.
I never got into those. What are they called? Craisins or whatever they were called?
Whatever. I don't care.
Okay.
I called it trash.
It's a straight up snack, Anna. Craisins is a chocolate covered raisin that they sell like Mike and Ike's and stuff. It's
okay.
Tracy, you like everything don't nobody else like.
One of my favorites from childhood was a peanut butter, banana, and honey sandwich. That
honey.
Delicious.
No. And I did used to eat peanut butter and honey because that's the poor folks. I guess we couldn't afford bananas. Maybe that was it. But I do remember as a little kid, my babysitter would make us a peanut butter and honey sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
And we liked those.
It was so good.
Yeah, it was better than a peanut butter and jelly sandwich to us. It was good. That's probably because it was sugar overload.
Probably. I put like honey superfood into it, and I even make like a fudge from it. Peanut butter and honey is the only two ingredients. It's so good.
Parker, oatmeal raisin cookies are an abomination to the whole cookie family.
Yeah. Sorry. Never liked it when I was a kid. Don't like it now. No.
You know the worst thing about an oatmeal raisin cookie is when they're made in such a way that you thought it was a chocolate chip cookie until you pick it up.
I mean, I like oatmeal cookie without the raisins.
I don't like oatmeal.
Oh, yeah, I don't.
Well, let me phrase that. I could tolerate oatmeal like for a cereal, but oatmeal cookies, no, that's
What in the world?
Where'd you go?
I didn't even move. The camera just was like, yeah, I'm gonna look over here.
Go over here now.
I thought craisins were cranberry raisins.
Are they? Could have sworn craisins were the chocolate covered raisins.
I've never heard of a craisin before, but okay. I thought it was like raisinette was the chocolate covered.
Dried cranberry food. Yeah. Okay. So what's a chocolate covered raisin?
Honey isn't cheap though.
No, honey is not cheap, especially right now.
All kinds of dry fruit plus kale.
Raisinettes. Thank you, Parker. I was wrong.
I heard
raisinettes.
And Sunchoke chips. Is the name of the company Sunchoke, or is that a special kind of chip? I've never heard of Sunchoke.
I've never heard of any of that. But here's the thing, though.
Sunchoke.
It's so hard to find because basically whatever snack I like, the rest of the world doesn't. Okay. So I love apple-based snacks. So it used to be like you can get dried apples, not that freeze-dried stuff that's like a wafer, but like you can get a dehydrated apples, I guess you could call it, right? Yeah. They were so delicious. Can't find them.
Do you mean the thin, flaky kind or the thicker type?
They're more like they're still soft. It's just that they've been dehydrated. You know what I'm saying? They're like dried fruit as opposed to dehydrated fruit. Because dehydrated fruit becomes more like a wafer, crispy,
a hard thing.
Yeah. But a dried fruit is usually like still moist. It's just, but you can get them in like just about every other fruit except for apple, because people don't appreciate apple. Apple is the most American fruit thing. You're anti-American, world. You're anti-American. They got rid of my apple Newtons. Now I got to suffer with strawberry Newtons, which aren't as good as apple. It's terrible.
I hope I'm saying this right. Jerusalem artichokes, like sunflowers with tubers.
That entire collection of words, Susan, All of it sounds bad. All those words should not go together.
Jerusalem artichoke.
I've never heard of a Jerusalem artichoke, but
No.
artichoke, sunflower, and tubers. How do you put all those words together?
Sunflower and potato.
Dried
Apples on the
string.
string. That's interesting. Okay. I can dig it.
What?
Because I like apples. I think,
I mean, so what's with the string?
Come on, man. There, now it won't move anymore. See, watch. Not moving. Okay.
Harry and David for the dried apples or other similar fruit basket companies.
I'll have to check that out, Afra. Thank you.
Yeah, but you gotta order them.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, these days. All right, we're gonna cut the first hour a little short by 5 minutes. We're gonna go ahead and get into the second hour with a Am I the A-hole? A positive story of the week. A real or not, even though I guess they're saying that we already heard a real or not for the day. And of course, Foxy's video of the week. 3-minute break to reboot and refresh. And again, if you haven't hit that like button, please do so at this time. 3-minute break. 3-minute break to reboot and refresh. And we'll see everybody on the other side. Stay tuned.
Living for weekends, wishing I could take a break from this world. Running on a hamster wheel, but searching for something I can't feel. I just wanna be a lost girl and fly. Take a breath, feel my wings spread, levitate above the ground and make eye contact with clouds. Now I'm rising, I'm soaring above it all. I just wanna be free. Finally, I wanna be free. I wanna be free. Finally, I wanna be free. I always stay dreaming, never imagine I lose my spark. Living in this crazy time, putting back the pieces of my mind. I know how to run from the dark and fly. Take a breath, feel my wings spread, levitate into the clouds. I'm so high above the ground. I'm rising, I'm soaring above it all. I just wanna be free. Finally, I wanna be free.
back. And without further ado, let's go ahead and pay those bills. Radical Truth to Power tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. What is our subject? I have no idea. Please do not forget to go to patreon.com/Tracy Media Fan. Help support Tracy in all of her endeavors. Please do not forget to go to Anna Hart's website, BorelliAndCetera.com. Learn something that you didn't think you need to know, but you should. Please do not forget to go to Thea's website, Our United Core, Communities Build Movements. And if you need to reach me, you can do so at radtp@outlook.com. That's RADTP@outlook.com. And let's go ahead and get into the Mama Heart Hour.
There's no apples.
Read this message. It's supposed to be on private, but I don't care. Still no apples. They offer ginger, apricots, mangoes, and pineapples, but no apples. It's a conspiracy.
Is this the place that Afro suggested?
Yes.
I'm so
They have
sorry.
a really nice looking apple dessert though. That looks really good, but I'm not paying you $40 plus shipping and handling.
What?
Apple dessert.
Dude.
We're not doing it. I can go to my homeboy. Hey, everybody, Mel's Magnificence. Look it up. Some of the best New York cheesecake ever, and it makes it any type of flavor that you're interested in. Mel's Magnificence. Check it out. Shameless plug. The stuff is good, y'all. You can get minis. You can get a whole cheesecake. Oh my gosh, the apple crumble is bomb. Don't eat it if you want to diet though.
Thea said it. And you need to text that to me because I love cheesecake. Like,
oh, it's so good. Oh my gosh, it's so
really
good.
love cheesecake.
It's so good.
Anyway, am I the a-hole? Okay. Wife blames me for affair partner's divorce.
I, 32, have been married to my soon-to-be ex, 30, Madison, for 4 years. We are currently in counseling, but it is not going to work. About a year ago, I found out she was having an affair by coming home to their clothes in our living room and sounds coming from our bedroom. Aww. I lost it. I was getting my cricket bat out of the front closet when I stopped to think about consequences. I didn't want to go to jail. Instead, I took all of their clothes and I left quietly. I went to a friend's house, but not before throwing all the clothes in a McDonald's garbage can. I turned off my phone and got shit-faced with my buddy. His wife hosed us off in the morning. It's the Midwest welcome. After I turned my phone back on, I had dozens of calls and texts from Madison. First scared because she got my...
Oh, thank you.
Wait a minute, we did this last week?
We did this.
Like, yeah.
Oh, cool. That's why I have a backup. I'm buying my boyfriend a guitar. Sorry, everybody. Didn't know. Sorry.
I, 23 female, and my boyfriend, 27 male, I'll call Mark. We have been together for 3 years now, and I decided I wanted to get my boyfriend a gift. Our anniversary is coming up, and I wanted to do something really nice for him. He is a guitarist, and he's been wanting this one particular guitar, a Jackson King V-Series Pro. He talks about it and said that he'd love to own one, so I've always heard that the best gift is something that someone wants but would never get for themselves. I was at the guitar store looking for a gift or something, and then I saw it. It was a Jackson King V-Series Pro. It was not exactly the one he always showed me, but it was close enough. It had the weird part where the strings attached with that little lever thingy and the bottom of the guitar is all spiked. Sorry, I don't know guitars. I knew he wanted it, so I thought I'd surprise him. We are by no means rich, but we live comfortably, so I didn't think he'd mind paying $2,400. I ended up buying him the guitar. I did use his credit card, which in hindsight, I guess, wasn't a good idea. I guess. I just figured it won't matter since he never makes me pay for anything. I figured it would be an okay gift. I took it out of the case and it came with, and I propped it up in the living room and waited for Mark to get home. When he came in, I hugged and kissed him and told him, "Happy anniversary, I got you something special." He went into the living room and just about jumped through the roof with excitement. He instantly started thanking me and telling me about how special this particular guitar was in comparison to the regular King V. And I just said, what can I say? I have good taste. And we talked, and then it happened. How much did you end up paying for this thing? Mark asked, and I nonchalantly answered, it was like $2,500, but I don't think we'll have a problem paying it off. Then he just stared and asked me what I was talking about. I proceeded to explain how I wanted to do something nice, but $2,400 was a bit much upfront, so I put it on his credit card, and I figured we'd pay it off together. Mark is not an angry person, but he was more angry than I ever imagined he could be. He just started yelling at me. I know I messed up, but he could at least be a bit grateful that someone cares as much as I do, right? But he ended up bringing it back to the guitar store, but I guess they can't return it because it was on a credit card or something, I don't remember. When he got home, I thought he'd be in a better mood, but he didn't end up coming home until late. And then when he did, he just went straight to bed. This was 2 days ago, and he still hasn't spoken to me. That's the end of the story. And the question was, am I the astronaut for buying a guitar with my boyfriend's credit card?
I mean, how can he be mad about a gift he bought himself? You shouldn't have bought it, sir.
Mm.
Wow.
Why'd you buy that for yourself if you didn't want it?
I'm trying to figure out this. He should feel grateful. Lady, what you really did was go pick up a gift he paid for. So is that the grateful part of it? Because that's about as much as you did.
She saved him the effort of having to do this himself. She was being a personal shopper, and she did it with love and a modest interest rate.
He was holding off getting the guitar because he knew it was expensive. You, on the other hand, and let's be frank, let's just be real.
Can you put a price tag on love?
Yep, you can. Let's be frank about what you just said. Oh, I put it on your credit card, but we can pay it off. It ain't no we.
Yeah, she said she don't pay for nothing.
You don't pay. Yeah, you literally said you don't pay for nothing. So we who? Who is we?
It's the thought that counts, Marlon.
It's the royal we. It is, yeah.
Now my ass off my ex name. I miss add his platinum. You know, ain't no chance in the world, lady. Yes, you are.
You are.
Y'all don't appreciate. You don't appreciate a good love story, man. You are not an astronaut. You are not.
The whole. I wouldn't go as far as an astronaut. No, but it's your fault. Yeah, this was a bad move.
If he truly loved her, he would have made sure she only had access to a 0% interest credit card to begin with. He is cruel. He does not appreciate her. And ma'am, you should move on and find a man that appreciates you.
There you go.
With a higher credit.
Who will give you a better APR?
The only thing I agree on is your last statement. You need to move on. Yeah, that's the only thing I agree with.
He's selfish.
Yes, he is.
And I know a lot of couples who, I mean, obviously this person shocked the hell out of him, but I do know a lot of couples who just hand each other their credit card. They shouldn't, but they do.
You know what's funny? I tried that with my wife.
Yeah?
I made her an authorized user and gave her a credit card.
Okay.
And she was like, "Oh no, now it looks like it's on my credit." I said, "No, it doesn't." But okay. So some people don't want it.
Wait. Oh no, now it looks like it's on my credit?
If you don't pay the credit card, she was thinking
she was thinking like down the road type.
It would hit her. Oh.
Yeah. So instead I took her off and I put my teenager on it so that I can build her credit. It doesn't matter to me. But I'm just saying different people have different little issues with credit. And his was very selfish, very short-sighted, and he just does not appreciate her. And it's just not right. She thought enough of him to buy him a gift with his credit card.
You should leave.
My banker actually gave me good information for getting credit. And they were like, just pay half of, or make a minimum payment and then pay everything off every other month. And I was pretty surprised how high my credit score went.
Yeah. Well, the beautiful thing is you don't even have to do that.
No?
You don't. There's no added benefit, truly.
Yeah.
To carrying a balance. It's just no truly, because with the bigger chunk of your credit score is about your credit utilization, and so the lower you keep your credit, meaning balances, the lower you keep your balances, the better it is for you. So your credit card company, they know how often you're paying them. The credit reporting agencies, all they care about is how much of a limit do you have and how much do you owe on it. Right. So it's a two-sided game, right? So if you pay your credit card, or like me, I use my credit card in place of my debit card. I never use my debit card anymore. So yeah, because I don't really get anything for using my debit card. Right? So this is me. I'm not giving nobody financial advice. Let's go ahead and put it out there. But I used to like live in both worlds, right? I would charge this and then pay the bill, but I would also use my debit card because there's no interest charges, right? But if you're in a position where your cash flow is strong enough, and it really doesn't matter, honestly, it doesn't. If you can afford to buy things with your debit card, you can afford to buy things with your credit card. It's just a difference of how you discipline yourself, right? So if you use your credit card, I'm just using that as the example, and you buy whatever you buy, right? You just make sure that you never buy anything you wouldn't have bought with your debit card, right? You never buy anything you wouldn't have bought with your debit card, because your credit card is all about replacing your debit card because you're trying to build your credit and stuff like that. So now, instead of like when you use your debit card, the moment you do it, the money comes out or within a day or two. But with the credit card, it can take days for your charge to even show up. So you got to keep track of what you're doing, and then you just pay it off. But yeah, it's there's so many different ways to approach it. And shameless plug, that's part of what I plan to be working on with core learning when I'm talking to like young people and adults. Two different formats of how we get at it. But like we grew up Gen Xers, and the knowledge that was given us, or instruction that was given us, was protect your credit, stay away from your credit, right? Because one day you need to buy a car and one day you need to buy a house. Like that was literally how most of us were taught when it came to credit, right? You're trying to protect your credit so you can get a house, you can get a car. And that's only a partial knowledge base. More than that is protect your credit, and here's how to build it so that you can use it as a tool so that you can jump ahead, right? Done properly, you can be 21 years old with really good credit, and that allows you to fund your business that you want to start, because now you can go get $50,000 worth of credit from somebody else, so you ain't using your money, right? And there's so much that goes into it. There's so many options that are out there, but we were not taught those things, right? We were taught save up so you can do these things,
right?
And that is so slow. Like it's very slow. You can spend 40 years of your life saving up, right? So, but there's so much in there, and it's just I just think it's important and valuable to teach young people before they actually get credit, what credit means, and to teach young people or young adults who may have already started to deal with credit, how to manage it, and to work with other people like ourselves who may have had issues with credit. Well, here's how you repair that and then use it to your advantage going forward. 3 different discussions, 3 different types of people, but it's information that's really not shared too much. You can go on YouTube and get snippets, but it's not the same.
That's right.
Sorry, I waxed on long.
That's okay.
What did Afra say? I missed.
I appreciate it.
She was saying that it's a little bit more complicated than that is, but part of the utilization is you want to grow the available credit to utilize. Part of that is carrying a partial balance, pay, then increase limits.
Yeah, and like I said, it's not the whole story. I said it's 30% of your thing, so there's still another 70% out there. But I agree with her. It's just I think a lot of times people get only part of that message, though. Like with Afra was saying, there's so many other pieces to it, and so if you focus only on carrying a balance, someone needs to have really worked with you to understand what you're carrying and what's that cost that's really getting into it. Is what's your cost going to be comparable to what your benefit is, right? But like she was saying, there's a whole nother train of thought as well. Like keep your run your balance all the way up, let it flip to the next statement cycle, pay it all the way off, and now it shows the insurance, it shows the credit card company, hey, this person is capable of carrying balances and paying it right off, so we need to give them more money, and so you can get your credit limit to go up. So there's a lot of different ways to go at this animal. But if you're not ready for that high wire act, it can bite you in your booty.
Positive story of the week. It seems like I work everywhere.
When Sir Grump-a-Lot met the reluctant chauffeur. Apparently, I look like I work everywhere I go because people, usually older people, constantly ask me questions about where to find items in the aisles of stores I frequent. In their defense, I help run a restaurant and usually do know where things are when people ask me for assistance because I'm there all the time. After my partner witnessed this phenomenon the other day, he reminded me that this was not new. I guess I've been doing this for quite a while. Flashback to more than 20 years ago when I was living in Cincinnati and my phone number was 1 digit away from a doctor's office. This mean old guy would call all the time asking for a ride for his wife and himself to their appointments. I found out later that this was a service they provided for their elderly patients who could no longer drive themselves. No amount of explanation would convince this gentleman that I did not, in fact, work there and that he had the wrong number. I finally had enough of this verbal harassment, and with a huge sigh, just asked for his address and the time and date of their next appointment. I then found the doctor's office and asked if they could help, but because of privacy laws, they regretfully informed me that they couldn't confirm that they were even patients, even though we both knew that they absolutely knew this couple. With another big sigh, I drove to their house the next day, picked them up, and took them to their appointment. The look on the receptionist's face when I walked in the door said it all. "Holy crap," she said. "Please tell me that I didn't just talk to you on the phone yesterday." Yep, that was me. So for 2 years, I would get the call and go pick them up for their appointments. I wish the story ended with the couple being happy and appreciative, but no, he never hesitated to complain that I was late, that my vehicle was difficult for them to get into, or that I should look more professional. I would always politely remind him that I didn't actually work there to no avail. To be honest, I kind of loved it. He was such a cranky old dude, and his grumpiness was so incredibly entertaining to me. But his wife, who was obviously suffering from dementia, was such a sweetheart, who thought I was some family member doing them a favor. When I moved from that area, I was so super concerned about them and made sure that the office had someone to take my place. The last time I took them, the folks at the office had a bouquet of flowers and a box of bakery cookies for me to wish me well on my adventures. I left them with my new contact info, and about 6 months later, I got an email telling me that Sir Grump-a-Lot had come in for an appointment with the new driver, actually set up by the office this time, and complained because the other girl was so much better. Totally warmed my heart, as the real reason I even started this was because I'd hoped that if either myself or any of my family were suffering from dementia or any other affliction, that someone would look past it and help out. I still don't regret giving that crabby old dude and his sweet, lovely wife a ride.
This is one of those good stories.
Yes.
That was a positive story. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So what can help? Okay. Y'all want to go positive first? Y'all go ahead and do positive first.
For what?
That was sweet.
Okay. So here we go. All right. Here about the little sweetness. Okay. So check this out. Right. Thank you, Afra. Thank you. All right. So look, you are transporting people to a medical office. You got no license. Technically, you may not even be insured. Because even though you're not asking for payment, you're functioning like a taxi service. Your insurance company most likely ain't going to cover that. So had you been in an accident, you just put this old couple at risk. So you need to think through. If you want to do something nice, think it all the way through. Then, hey, you could have started a little small business. This is an opportunity for you to maybe start a small business. But then once you tried to look into that, you would have seen how much the insurance costs are to be able to do it. And then you wouldn't have been able to do it. And so there's that issue as well. You know, it's like, yeah, for 2 years, Afro, for 2 years. It's like, it was like the lady had a touch of dementia too. Right? Like, come on. Like, good intentions can work out really bad. Where's the family members? Family members would have been like, hey, you took my father to the doctor, but you never checked with me. I'm the power of attorney.
Did you take your father to the doctor?
Hey.
And then shut the fuck up.
Okay, you tell that to the judge. Right? This is,
you don't sound like I'm going to go to the judge anyway, so look.
No, the POA will be the one to take you to the judge.
She was going to take me to the judge anyway. That's why she walked up on me. So I'm just going to let her know, hey, don't complain about something that you ain't doing. It's the equivalent of when I hear these stories of, and I won't let my whatever, cousin, brother, niece, nephew, uncle, aunt, whatever, I won't let them move into my house.
Yeah, don't let nobody move in your house. You can't get them out.
She told the rest of my family, and now the rest of my family is complaining that I won't let them move into the house. Am I the a-hole? You tell them, same family members, I appreciate you volunteering your house.
Yeah, you take them.
You take them. Because you ain't going to volunteer my house and then berate me for not letting them come into what are you talking about?
Yeah, but then you let them in, and then you complain about them eating peanut butter. So what kind of host are you? Just because your kid might die. Just selfish.
You're just going to do this all the way around tonight, ain't you?
But with this story, though, it was really nice. But, you know, I mean, like, here's how the difference flows. Like, okay, so I have a bleeding heart issue. I do. I'm way, way too nice in public. Not so much here. But
wait a minute. Hold on, Thea, before you get to that thought. You don't have to be a professional to take the elderly to the doctor. I do have a question.
You don't.
Thea. Because she took them to the doctor, did she become a business?
No.
Or was she a person who was taking 2 elderly people to the doctor?
So here's the distinction. All right. She did this for a period of time, and the people she was transporting thought that she was a business. That's the problem. Right? If she was just a family friend who's taking my family friend to the doctor's office, nobody would have a question whatsoever. But this couple thought she was the transportation between their home and the doctor's office as arranged by the doctor's office. That's where she would have a problem. Because now she's providing non-emergency medical transport. That's a huge issue. But generally speaking, you got an elderly neighbor, you got time, And that's what you do. That's nice. That's no issue there. There's no confusion as to what you're doing. You're just a friend taking a friend. Unless you're in Texas and the person needs some form of,
please have a license.
What do you call it? Pregnancy care or women's health care in the state of Texas and a few other states. Now you can get in trouble. Because yeah. But generally speaking, no, there's nothing wrong with taking an elderly couple to the doctor. I think it's really important to be nice and care for people, but make sure that everybody's on the same level of understanding. Because when they think that you're doing this as a business and you're doing it just to be nice, that won't help you in the event you had a car accident. They'll actually screw you.
Diaz, are you sure it's your eyes that are the problem with peanut butter?
I don't know. It's probably a timing issue. I don't know what that's kind of referencing.
She may be behind.
Yeah. But yeah, I just think that's my thing, right? I think it's a really nice story. I think it's very kind. It is strange that you did this for 2 years. It's also, concerning that the elderly people didn't understand, but you were doing that to be kind, right? But I need people to just be aware of the negative consequences of your good intentions. Because your good intentions will not protect you. They just simply will not.
Did the hospital know?
Well, the doctor's office knew but didn't know, but they don't have any responsibility. They're not involved until you get to them, unless they sent the person. So the fact that they did not contract for someone to go get this couple, and this individual is just taking it on themselves to transport this couple, the doctor's office ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Until you have a car accident, then the doctor's office would have said, hey, I told this lady that,
stop
she
doing
ain't
this.
working for me.
Stop doing it.
Yeah, so it's one of those things. Like this is not directly related, but it's just like to illustrate. I do believe in being kind. I sincerely believe in being kind. It's the foundation of our united core, right? But the other day, I'm driving to go get my family some chicken wings because I wanted some wings. And I'm driving up this road, and I see this older lady walking with some grocery bags in her hand. None of my business. I keep driving. I go up there, I get my wings. It takes a little while to get my wings and stuff. I'm driving back. She's still walking. And she ain't that far from where I passed her the first time, a good half hour or more ago. So I stop my car. And I wait for her to kind of catch up to me. And I offer her a ride. And of course, you got a random guy in a car saying, hey, you want to ride?
Yeah.
So, yeah, she wasn't really feeling that at first. But she took the risk and she allowed me to take her home. Now, I thought because she's walking, this is going to be a short drive. We drove for some time to get her home. Mm-hmm. And now when I say she's older than my parents. All right.
Wow.
But I get her to the house and she goes in and and everything. But as I'm stopping to let her out so she can get in her house, the house she went into had cars in the driveway. Now, I don't want to judge nobody too hard. But your elder was literally walking about 6 miles or more. And you got cars in the driveway?
I don't like.
See, so it's like I believe in being kind. I think it's important to be kind. If you see somebody that you can help, please help them. But be wise of how you do it and all those good things. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm not going to just randomly pick up random people, but I could tell that this is one of my elders that I wanted to help. But it's like, whoa. Nah, she wasn't walking no bus. Ain't no bus out here. we are deep in the suburbs.
Huh.
We ain't got nothing. No sidewalks where she was walking.
6 miles.
Intersections after intersections. It was woo. Right? But I'm not going to make it a habit to now cruise the streets and try to find people to put in my car to drive them somewhere. That's the bookend to this story, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, never mind. Be nice people.
You got anything, Anna?
Yeah.
Wait, what? You sure that was her house? Maybe she lived nearby and didn't want you to know the exact address.
Well, the people who came out the house to get in one of the cars to drive somewhere recognized her and let her in the house. But I feel you, Alfred. That's a good call out.
It is.
It's a good call out.
You've done it before. I mean,
it would have been smart too.
We've done it before when I was younger. Like, let me off at the corner.
Yeah.
I'll walk the rest of the way. So yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, real or nah? Let's go ahead and get into it. Hose them down.
I'm a 37-year-old man, and I live with my wife, who's 37, my son, who's 9, and my daughter, who's 11. Recently, there's been this kid who comes by our house after playing soccer and either rides his bike or walks all over the lawn with his cleats on his way home. It started out as me giving him stern looks whenever I saw him. Then it slowly progressed to me asking him to just go around my property. The last time I asked him to stop, he made a point to stomp extra hard and twist his feet into the grass to piss me off. Since then, I've just been hosing him. The first time I sprayed him with the hose, he ran off. But then, for some reason, he just started standing there while I hose him like he enjoys it. It's now progressed to me sitting on my lawn chair, pointing my hose at him, and him just staring at me while he does so. Sometimes we even make small talk. I'm not gonna lie, it started off as a really bitter relationship, but I've actually gotten to know the kid quite well. We talk for maybe like 15 to 20 minutes every day, and he doesn't seem to mind being hosed down after sweating hard playing soccer. He comes by daily and we just shoot the shit while I hose him and he stands there for a bit. My wife told me that I need to stop, and even after I explained it to her, she said that I'm making us look like childish idiots. I guess I could stop, but honestly, it's really funny waiting for him to come by, and I see no harm in this. Will I be the bad guy?
The hell? You sound like the neighborhood creep, dude.
That did sound wow.
That sounded very Family Guy-ish. Hey, little boy. Come on by. No, sir. Like, how did it occur to you that it would be appropriate to hose down a child? That's one. Okay? And then two, people take their lawns just way too serious. They really do. It's grass. It's grass.
Well, I mean, I get that you don't want the kids with the cleats to like stomp and tear up your grass.
But
I get
he
that.
wasn't until you decided to hose him down. Like,
really?
People take their lawns just way too serious. They really, really do. And they take their personal property way too serious. Like, these are kids. It wasn't that long ago. It was only a couple years ago that a man shot a young black child for riding their bike across his lawn. Shot him. See, look, folks need to calm down. Okay. I know this ain't the 80s when I grew up, in the 90s when I grew up, and every kid was on a bike and you just was in everybody's yard, and then nobody cared, and it was just what it was. I get that, but guys, it's dirt and grass. You got to calm down.
They take their laws seriously.
It's not even that. I mean, it is that. Like, they take their lawns too serious, but they also just take their personal property too serious. Like, they're grasping desperately to this idea. Like your home is a castle or something. It is not. Your house looks like the house next to you, and you're paying a mortgage on it. And if they raise your taxes too high, they will take your house from you. So much for your little castle. Calm the fuck down. For real. Now, if you got a random grown person walking across your yard, you might pay some attention. But a child, y'all gotta let that stuff go, man. In fact, I don't mean everybody ain't like me, right? But it's actually cool if the kids feel safe enough to walk across my lawn. That's cool to me. I'm not gonna go out and engage them in conversation and shoot them with a water hose, but I'm just saying, like, I think every child should feel safe.
It reminds me of this situation where this Latino couple was walking up the street, I guess, to get their daughter or son off the school bus. The school bus is at the corner of my street, so that's where everybody gets picked up at. And she had a little girl with her, and the little girl went into my yard and picked up dandelions. And she was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry." It's like, for dandelions? Have a ball. To her, it's fun. To me, it's weeds. Pick away. Right. Have a ball.
But she's afraid that you don't feel that way. That's where we've gotten as a society.
Now you know. It's like, she's a kid.
Yeah.
You know, like, how remember, fun it is to get those things and just blow those things and see it all fluff out and everything.
And spread more weeds across my lawn. Yeah.
Now I want you to blow that out to the street, though.
Yeah, take it to your yard and blow on it. But but it's funny because I imagine we've probably all run into this on some level. But like, as a kid, there was this mystery of, like, if you were playing ball and your ball went into the opposite yard, who gonna jump the fence? That's that scary lady who live over there. You gonna jump the fence, right? That was just part of being a kid, But now you jump that fence, you might actually get hurt. People are crazy. They will sick their dog on you. They will shoot at you. Or they'll sit here and shoot you with a hose. People are nuts.
And hold a conversation with you.
Yeah. Now that one. Yeah, that's some freaky Jason right there. That's why your wife was like, "Bill, no."
This is the reason I'm scared to grow a garden, do all the work, and then your vegetable goes. I'm growing a garden. I plan on growing my first garden.
You should do it. I'm thinking about growing lavender. Can't eat it, but I want to have, I think I told you guys before, I want dragonflies in my yard. So I'm going to get a nice little pool of water for the dragonflies, because they can be attracted to stuff like that, because they're attracted to water and mosquitoes. So I want dragonflies to be like, "Yo, this is the house, man. Yo, call the fellas. We coming through." Because dragonflies eat hella mosquitoes. I hate mosquitoes.
You can kind of eat lavender. I've had lavender flavored cake.
You can?
Yeah.
I would never think to eat some lavender. I like the smell, though.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that cake a lot more than I thought I would.
What in the world? No.
Tracy would probably try to smother me in my sleep.
What?
No, I'll go for that one. Yeah. I'll allow it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, I'm
Foxy.
thinking about planting some lavender, and I'll find out some other plants to do too.
Cool.
It's a random question that has never popped up not once. Like, huh? But anyway.
Huh?
Yeah, she'll kill you. She'll kill these. Foxy's videos of the week. First video tonight, how I feel about my checking account right now.
You don't have anything. No, you don't have anything. No, no, no. No, you don't have anything. You are empty and empty and empty. You say.
All right, so here's my commentary on that video. All right. I assume the reason why you all have masks is because of your concern in the current COVID era. But you're singing bunched up together. So singing is a great deal of it inhaling and exhaling. I don't think the mask is going to help you. I just don't. It's down here. It's down here. It's not here. It's down here. Because you need to sing. So if one of y'all got COVID, all y'all got COVID. So throw that out there.
I always aspired to be the crazy lady at the end of the block with the overgrown lawn and all the. That's one thing. I'm with this. I keep my grass cut. All that seeding and weeding and everything. Luscious lawn.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I like a nice lawn. But that's part of it's an American thing, I think. I don't know. Other countries may have similar issues, but it's very much a first world problem. Where you're obsessed about your lawn. Like,
Diaz and Marlon are Tracy's big brother by another mother. That's a better description. Yeah.
There you go.
And Anna, too.
Anna's not her big brother.
Anna's my little sister.
Oh, okay. I'm just making sure we're on the same page.
We're on the same page.
But other than that, the checking account song, yeah, you got nothing. That should be like when I use a little thumbprint for my checking accounts, right? So that's when you log into your account and you ain't got no money, that's the first thing you should hear. You got nothing.
Here's the deal. I cannot play that video. I don't know why this popped in my head. It just popped in my head. I can't play that video in good conscience without playing the other video.
Please enter in the last 4 digits of your social security number.
Representative.
Please enter in the last 4 digits of your...
Representative.
Then you only got about $2. Shut up. $2. Jamal Anderson III. $2.27. That's what you got right now. Representative. What you need done for? You need up for $2? You need a representative $2?
She ain't loyal. She gonna leave you for somebody who got $8.12.
Yep.
Look. I'm sorry, but it was true.
Well, Anderson the third.
Go do the automated system, bruh. It's only $2. What you want? What you need?
I don't remember which comedian it was. It might have been DL. Could have been somebody else. But they were talking about that, like that feeling when you got less than $20 in the bank. You can't even go to the ATM.
Right. You understand how bad it feel? Been there. So I'm not picking on, if I'm picking on anybody who is offended, I've been there. You got $19.50.
Yeah, you got to go inside.
You got to go inside. And you got to tell them people in their face, can I have them $19?
Yeah. Or worse yet,
you can do them a favor by saying, no. Let me have 15.
Yeah, can I just get $8? I just need $8. Right. And that's the reality for a lot of people. Let's just be very, very real. And in the current environment that we live in, right? So young people, if you come across this video and you are under the age of 35, I get it. But hold on. Keep pushing. Keep doing whatever you're doing and try to find ways to do a little bit more so that you can get to the next chapter. But it's rough out there, man. It's rough.
I don't know if this is going to go over everybody here. By the way, I didn't pick these videos. Again, this is Foxy's videos that she picked.
Don't you blame Foxy.
Hey, she picked them. Maury.
Welcome Elsa to the show. Elsa is a mother to a beautiful baby boy named Popsicle. But here's the problem. Popsicle's father denies that's his baby. And to make things even worse, the man Elsa believes is the father is her sister Anna's partner, Christoph.
Please, I'm so sorry. It was a stupid mistake.
But Christoph says they never hooked up and that she's the one that came on to him.
Maury, she's a lying hoe.
Maury, I'm not lying. I feel absolutely horrible about what I did. It was just one stupid night.
Let's bring out Elsa's sister Anna and her partner, Christoph.
Maury, my sister is a liar. I can't believe she'd even do this to me.
But Elsa hasn't been completely honest, have you? There's a second person who also could be the father. Come on out, Olaf.
Yeah, that's right. Do you want a snowman? Yeah, that's right. She loves the carrot.
Okay, it's time for the results. In the case of one-year-old Popsicle, Christoph, you are the father.
I hate that the internet is free.
What?
It never should have gave some people access to the internet. And how on the one hand you're going to say, my sister is a liar. Why would she do this to me? So you have acknowledged that you know that little boy, that little boy is your boyfriend, baby. Right? So, yeah. Is she a liar or did it not happen? And then he started off with it. He called her a garden tool, but that's his baby. Right? There's just so much lying, It's just unfortunate. It's just family dysfunction. It's just poor Popsicle.
I have never seen the movie Frozen, so that's why I started the video with Foxy.
I can't hear you, bro.
I'm talking.
I think my internet's doing something, I guess.
Anna, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, it's you. Let's go ahead and close out the show there because Agent Johnson is on the prowl again. Asking him out.
Hey, would it be weird if I asked you out?
No, it wouldn't be.
All right, well, we are closing, so if you would leave.
Okay, hold on. I ain't expect that one.
Who talks like that? I need the manager, and I need the manager right now because I want back every tip I've ever given in this place.
Okay.
All of them. Every $2, $1, $5 of every, I want it all back.
You ever seen the Jeopardy clip with the question of the garden tool that also means a person of old sexual character or something?
I don't know that one.
What?
And that was a Jeopardy question?
I hope it was a Saturday Night Live Jeopardy question.
I really do. I really hope they didn't literally put that on Jeopardy. But then again, I haven't seen an episode of Jeopardy in. Have I ever seen an episode of Jeopardy?
Jeopardy just let me know that there's a certain level of random intelligence in the world that I can't compete with, and I just don't watch the show. I can't watch a show that reinforces, "Hey, bro, this ain't for you." Like you can watch the whole hour hoping that there's an easy question on the test that you just happen to get right.
And you think you're the smartest person because you got the question right. Not realizing that you went through 10 of them that you got wrong.
Or had no clue.
And let's be realistic. Not trying to insult anybody. You know what's the $100 question, right? The very first one at the top.
Yeah. Colors for 50.
Afra said it's real. And she said she'll send it to me. Go ahead and email it to me. I'll put it on the show tomorrow. I want to see this. But anyway, Kids Jeopardy, it'll make you feel a lot worse.
Yeah, thank goodness they came up with "Are you smarter than a fifth grader?" Of course, that didn't help a lot of people either.
I was actually good at that show.
I hope so.
That's my level right there. Fifth grade. Let me stick right here. Let me stick to elementary right here. This is my well right here.
But the people who struggle very hard with "Are you smarter than a fifth grader?" I have a sneaking suspicion they helped elect our most recent administration.
Anna, tell everybody where they can find you.
BoreliaEtc.com here on the weekend.
Theas?
Yeah, I'll be around here.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, non-conforming individuals, and of course,
I'm assuming you're legitimate club.
I appreciate Anna. I appreciate Theas. And until next time, we will see you when we see you. Peace.
I got nothing. Hey guys, it's hard out there. Take care of yourself.
Yep, the summer is coming. Okay, everybody. Bye.